How's it going, guys? Pikachu Gone Rogue here. Today we've got the FSS Hurricane build for you, and to start off with, we've got the Forge PX90F suppressor. One of the downsides of this suppressor is that it is going to decrease your damage range. However, it is going to hide you from the map, and it does allow for some recoil smoothness. So what that means is the amount of recoil coming out of your gun is not going to be as hectic as it would be on other guns, and you know, the recoil can be controllable basically. Along with the suppressor, it does always feel a lot nicer to have that peace of mind that you ain't going to constantly be popping up on the map, because the whole point of this build is to be a run and gun, in, out, not really worried about the enemies around you. You know, with the suppressor, can't go wrong. I definitely recommend it over putting anything else on there, because it just always feels a lot smoother, and it feels like you do more damage with the suppressor than without. For the next attachment, we're going to be going with the FSS Cannondale 16-inch barrel. This is going to increase your damage range, increase your hipfire accuracy and your bullet velocity. However, it is going to decrease your aim down sight speed and hip recoil control, but these can be they can be mitigated with the tuning methods. Even though the tuning doesn't really drastically change the performance of a weapon, it does help to just, where there are the negatives, to tune up the negatives to become a positive, if that makes sense. So what are the positives of this barrel is the damage range. So what that is going to allow is for more damage output at longer distances, because obviously this is going to be a run and gun. You ideally want to be from short to mid range. However, it does give you that extra ability to shoot further distances. For the next attachment, we've then gone with the OLE V laser. This is going to increase your aim down sight speed, aiming stability and sprint to fire speed. The negatives of this laser sight is that it is visible whilst aiming down the sight, but people aren't going to have a chance to even get to shoot back at you when you're aiming down the barrel with this gun. For the next attachment, we're going to go with the Demo Quicksilver stock. This is going to increase your sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and aim down the sight speed. It does add some, it does reduce your recoil control. However, the positives outweigh the negatives. And then lastly, for the final grip we have on the FSS Hurricane, it's going to be the X10 grip, which increases your sprint fire speed and aim down the sight speed. As I stated, run and gun, this is the kind of build you want to be rocking with. So you want to be able to be, as you're sprinting, snapping straight away, not worrying about, you know, who's going to get the first shot off. That for the most part is all the attachments you want to put onto the gun. You can tune up the weapon slightly. I wouldn't go drastic with the tuning, you know, just don't go all the way to one end of the spectrum with the tuning methods. Just try to put it in between of what your preferability is. So obviously if you want to be aiming down the sight a lot quicker, then put it towards aim down the sight speed. However, don't go, you know, on the full spectrum all the way to the end of aim down sight speed, because you still want to have a bit of the positive from the other end. Now I could just leave it there, but we are going to go and demonstrate the secondary. So we're going to go with the automatic pistol, and we're going to be attaching an F-Steel fire suppressor to it. This is going to increase your bullet velocity, damage range and recoil smoothness. We haven't got to worry about the aim down sight speed or aiming stability, as I'll explain further on in the video. This does also come with sound suppression, so like I said, with the FSS you want to be hidden from the map, not worried about, you know, people creeping up on you or anything like that. You want to be the person creeping up on them, so why not put the suppressor on your pistol as well. For the second attachment, we're going to go with the 1 MW pistol laser. This is going to increase your hip recoil control, hip fire accuracy and sprint fire speed. Your laser is visible at the hip. However, we ideally just want to pull out the pistol when someone is within that, you know, hip firing distance. Thirdly, we're going to go with the akimbo. That's the reason why we're not really worried about aim down sight speed whatsoever, because as you put that akimbo attachment on your pistol, you will remove the ability to aim down a sight, because you're basically shooting with your left trigger and right trigger. if you don't feel like you want to go the akimbo, then don't use this gun. It is best used with the akimbo attachment, as most snipers pistols are in this game at the moment. Especially on shipment, you want to be rocking with this in your loadout. It is going to absolutely save your life in those sticky situations where you run out of ammo and you need to rely on the secondary. For the fourth attachment, we've gone with the 50 round drum. This is going to allow you to not worry about running out of bullets in those close situations where you need that extra ammo and you just do not have time to switch or reload your main gun. As well as having 50 rounds in the mag. If you are from a fairly far away distance, the 50 round is going to allow you to ensure that even though you're spraying a lot of bullets, one of them is going to hit them. Eventually you will kill them off if they don't turn in time or whatever it may be. And for the last of the attachment, because you can't really do much else after that with the pistol, I've gone with the 9mm frangible rounds. This is going to inflict a wounding effect to the enemies when you're shooting at them, so it's going to kind of like stagger them a bit, get the screen all bloodied or whatnot, which is more of a nuisance for the enemy team who's going to be receiving them with your pistols. But majority of the time they're not even going to have a chance to react because of how quickly that pistol can kill someone. But that is all the builds. If you do have any recommendations about what you would do differently, do let me know below. But I hope you enjoyed, and that is build. I feel as if this gun has been well suited to what it was before, because obviously before it felt a lot spongy, and now it feels like a very solid counterpart of the M4. But if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.